all my years watching WWE, that might have been one of the greatest shows I think I've ever seen live. NXT. I waited for weeks for this pay-per-view, for this special event. I knew it was going to be special. WWE, Triple H, everybody involved with the NXT brand absolutely took our breath away tonight. They fucking made us believe. They made us believe that WWE is in the right hands. I can't even begin to tell you how great this fucking show was. This review will do nothing for you. Absolutely nothing. This might have been one of the best shows that WWE has ever put on. This might be, in fact, it is the best takeover show that WWE has ever presented to us for the NXT brand. There's absolutely no fucking way on this earth Wrestlemania will top NXT Dallas. There's no way. Absolutely no chance in hell. Vince has those words uttered in his fucking theme song. You have no chance. WWE and WrestleMania have no chance to top this show tonight. I don't believe it. I really just don't believe what we've seen. My brother Michael was here with me watching this show. He never once seen an NXT show. Not one takeover, not one NXT regular event on a Wednesday on the WWE Network. He didn't watch anything. He didn't know anything. He didn't know about anybody competing in NXT. He sat there and he enjoyed the fucking shit out of the show. And he's not even a wrestling fan. He enjoys watching wrestling when he's in, my company and my brother Frank's company. But for someone who doesn't know the NXT brand, and this goes to show you the power of NXT. When someone who does not watch the product religiously every Monday night, for someone who doesn't know anything about NXT, not anything about their history, the performers in the ring, when he can sit there and say to me, what is WWE doing on Monday nights and why are we getting this? It's two completely different sides of the fucking fence. Vince McMahon was in the building tonight. When he watches that show, what's going through his head? I would love to pick Vince McMahon's brain after watching that type of show. He was in the building tonight. He was with Triple H in gorilla position. He's seen everything that we've seen on TV tonight on the WWE Network. Is it going to get through his skull? This is what we want to see? Probably not. Probably not. This is why NXT is the true alternative to WWE. There's nothing that WrestleMania, there's nothing that The Rock, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, The Undertaker, Shane McMahon, Triple H, Roman Reigns. There's nothing that anybody can do at WrestleMania. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And when you walk into AT&T Stadium on Sunday, everybody in that arena tonight, everybody that watched NXT live in that arena tonight, all 9,000 of them, that is going to be 1/10 of the fucking people watching WrestleMania. You have 9,000 fucking people in that arena tonight showing you what they are going to bring WWE, the main roster, and most importantly, Roman Reigns. That's 1/10 of what you will see at WrestleMania. Did you see how rabid they were tonight? Did you see how feral they were tonight? Did you see how fucking bloodthirsty they were tonight? Yeah, it may be a Marktown, it may be a smart crowd. I don't give a shit. When you have the money to pay to go sit at NXT, the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania, Monday Night Raw, plus food and hotel, you can do whatever the fuck you want, bro. I don't give a shit. And those are the people that are going to be attending WrestleMania this weekend. Those are the people that are going to be attending every show that WWE has to offer, including Access. I don't believe the show that we got tonight. At the end of the day, and I'm fucking here speechless. I don't even know what to tell you people. I really don't even know what to tell you people. A lot of you criticize me for being negative. Tonight, I am not negative. I don't ask for much. Why can't we get that on Monday Night Raw? What is so difficult about translating that to Monday Night Raw? Did you see the talent in that ring tonight? Did you see the matches that we were given tonight? Did you see the excitement about being a professional wrestling fan? I had chills after the Sami Zayn Nakamura match. I had chills for 20 minutes after that match was over. That makes you proud to be a wrestling fan. This show tonight makes you proud to be a professional wrestling fan. NXT Takeover Dallas might have been one of the best shows of all time. And I'm not saying that. I'm not drunk. I'm not fucking stoned. I am coming to you as someone who loves professional wrestling. After that fucking pay-per-view tonight, there's no other thing that I can tell you, but I love professional wrestling. Everybody that watches wrestling and that's been fucking pissed off and frustrated and upset about what we've been given on Monday night, all you have to do is strap yourself in for 2 hours and 15 minutes and watch that show. I certainly am going to watch that show all over again tomorrow. That's how fucking good it was. People are going to be talking about this show for weeks. At the end of the year, when awards are ready to be given out, people will be talking about NXT Takeover Dallas. People will be talking about Sami Zayn. They will be talking about Shinsuke Nakamura. They will be talking about Samoa Joe and Finn Balor. They will be talking about American Alpha. This made everyone come together tonight. All of our frustrations, all of our negativity, all of our bickering and bitching and moaning leading up to this weekend was washed away. Obviously, we know all those feelings will come back, and they will come back, and they will come back. But tonight, they have subsided. WWE put a huge Band-Aid on what we've been feeling for the last couple of weeks, months, pretty much all of 2015 and most of 2016. WWE put a huge Band-Aid on what we've seen for WrestleMania 32 and the build and the storyline leading up to this event. WWE put a huge Band-Aid on how we feel about the overall product. And when you sit down and watch NXT tonight, this is what you get. Wrestling at its finest, a crowd that appreciates pure talent and wants nothing more than simple wrestling. That's all they want. Wrestling sells. Entertainment is a fucking facade. It's an imaginary concept that WWE wants to rebrand their company as sports entertainment. People still, down to the very heart and soul of this company, want and love wrestling. They don't want entertainment. Nothing about this show was sports entertainment. This was entertainment through the art of wrestling. And that's what WWE is missing. That's where the disconnect is. Fuck the total divas. Fuck reality TV. Fuck all the pomp and the pageantry and the fucking overall just stale product of what WWE has become. Fuck sports entertainment. We were entertained tonight through the art of fucking wrestling. We were entertained through men and women who went out there and gave you their fucking bodies, their lives, their fucking souls, their blood. That's all we want. That is all we want. And it's clear as day. That is the fucking heartbeat of the WWE. Sports entertainment can kiss my fucking ass. When you put on a show like that, that show will be remembered for fucking years to come. WrestleMania 32, you have one hell of a fucking task ahead of you, bro. Vince, you have one hell of a fucking dilemma on your hands. A 2 hour and 15-minute show in front of 9,000 fucking people just blew away WrestleMania 32, and everybody sitting in that arena at AT&T Stadium on Sunday 100,000 plus. How are you going to top that one, bro? How are you going to top that one? Can't be done. Won't be done. I don't give a shit how many times Shane McMahon jumps off Hell in a Cell. It won't be done. NXT Takeover was one of the, if not one of the greatest shows WWE has ever put on. It may be top 3 of all time. That's how great it was. And I'm not embellishing. I'm not over-exaggerating. You guys know. You've seen it. Let's talk about it. American Alpha versus Dash and Dawson. The Revival. This is tag team wrestling, folks. This is tag team wrestling. And the one thing that I stated about Jordan and Gable is every time you see a Jordan and Gable match, pretty much ends up being the same thing. Started off different, I give them that, but it always goes back to Gable being beat down, Gable making the hot tag, Jordan making the save, and Jordan leading his team to victory. Tonight, I really didn't mind it because I was thirsty. I was fucking dying to see new tag team champions, and that's exactly what we got. The Revival midway through got their momentum back, and they were beating down on Gable like I told you that they would. Gable lands a huge DDT on both members of the Revival. Gable leaped up for a tag. Wilder pulls Jordan off the ring apron. Fucking unbelievable. You gotta give it to Dash and Dawson. They are creative. They know how to gain heel heat during the match. And they are wily, man. They are sly. He went underneath the fucking ring onto the opposite side to pull Jordan off the ring apron so that Gable doesn't make the fucking tag. Unbelievable. Wilder held Gable up at that point. Dawson leaped off the top rope for a, I think it was a drop kick. Missed it. Gable, who sold the move. Fans chanted Botchamania during the fucking match. I don't think it was a drop. I think it was some kind of fucking powerbomb type move. I don't know what they did, but the fans really let him have it. Chanting Botchamania through the fucking whole segment. Jordan tagged in, landed an exploder suplex on both guys. Champs tried to double team Jordan. He leaped over the top for a 2 count on Dawson. Gable was tagged back in, exchanged pinfalls with Dawson. Jordan rammed into Dawson in the corner with a shoulder tackle, allowing American Alpha to hit Grand Amplitude. 1, 2, 3. New tag team champions. American Alpha, much deserved after many, many months, like I said on Off the Script, of marinating, getting ready for this opportunity to be tag team champions, and they finally did it. American Alpha are your new NXT tag team champions. Gotta give it up for Dash and Dawson. Fucking great team. I love the way they work together. I love their just wily heel tactics. They play the roles of a heel tag team brilliantly. Crowd was crazy for American Alpha. It honestly, seeing these guys emotional at the end of the match, holding up the tag team titles, it makes you a little watery-eyed, man. Because you follow these guys. We followed Gable and Jordan up until this point, and when they finally achieved what they wanted to after all these months, you can't help but be fucking proud. Because we followed them from the beginning. And when you're emotionally invested in a fucking character, in a team, you can't help but be fucking proud for both of them, man. American Alpha wins, new tag team champions. Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin. I knew Austin Aries was going to go into this match winning this contest against Baron Corbin. Again, just like I said in my review, Baron Corbin, and I said this on Twitter, works a methodical pace. I understand he's a big guy. I understand that he's working to his size advantage, beating down the smaller Austin Aries. But I said it on Twitter. I wish Baron Corbin would wrestle the speed and the pace of his opponent, which more than likely is going to be someone smaller than him. Okay, because that's the way it's been. I wish Baron Corbin would wrestle the pace and the style of his opponent instead of Aries and someone smaller wrestling the pace and the style of a Baron Corbin. I wish it was the other way around. That's the only thing I found wrong with this match. Other than that, it was a decent match. Baron Corbin has a very, very bright future in WWE. He's become much more comfortable in the ring, playing up to the crowd. If you watched Breaking Ground on the WWE Network, that was one of his downfalls, and that was one of his weaknesses. He wasn't playing up to the crowd too often. Tonight, he played up to the crowd. Crowd was very agitated by him. The crowd was very frustrated by him because he beat down the smaller Austin Aries through most of the match. Austin Aries and Corbin told a good story in which Aries needed to fight back. He was the much smaller opponent. You know, Baron Corbin was the much larger opponent, obviously. And they played a good story off that. At the end of the match, it was great. Baron Corbin went for end of days, and Aries actually reversed it. He counted it into a pin for the win. Baron Corbin was shocked. Now, what I think is going to happen here, this feud is not over by a long shot. I said it. I said that exact thing on Twitter. Aries and Corbin will continue their feud. I don't see either of these guys fighting for titles. I don't see either of these guys in the main event scene. They will finish this feud and their dilemma between each other, and Corbin and Austin Aries will trade wins back and forth until there is one winner in this, which will end up being Austin Aries. But tonight, Austin Aries got the first win of this feud, which I expect to continue. Austin Aries wins tonight, counters the end of days, wins his debut in WWE. You guys seen it. You guys witnessed it. Sami Zayn and Nakamura. Anything I tell you here will do this match no justice. It will do it no justice. I said it on Twitter. You guys agreed with me. This is, I don't give a shit what happens the rest of the year. I don't give a shit what happens the rest of the year. Jesus Christ can come down from the heavens and fucking bring Roman Reigns to a fucking 10-star match. Not gonna happen. No match on WWE television, whether it's NXT or Monday Night Raw, pay-per-view, WrestleMania, nothing will even come close. There's nothing on this planet that will come close to Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura. I am not too familiar with Nakamura. I wasn't too familiar with Nakamura. Comes to WWE, I'm all excited because I know what he is capable of. The only two matches that I've ever seen from Nakamura, and I'm not afraid to admit this, Wrestle Kingdom against AJ Styles, and a random match with Kevin Steen, a.k.a. Kevin Owens, during a Ring of Honor event. That's it. I know nothing else of Nakamura. I know who he is. I know his gimmick. I know his style. Never once watched anything from his work in New Japan. The reason why I didn't watch New Japan is because New Japan and the Japanese crowd is nothing like what we seen tonight. If you did not have chills, if you did not just watch this with eyes wide open, you do not love wrestling. You do not love WWE wrestling. Just wrestling in general, not just WWE. Nakamura's theme is fucking brilliant. His entrance is fucking brilliant. His mannerisms and the crowd and the way they were tonight. I gotta drink some water, man. I'm fucking... It was unbelievable tonight, man. The way they were tonight, the crowd was just on point. On point. Every move that these guys did, the crowd ate it up. Everything that they did. This, I said on Twitter, was the best debut for anybody coming into the WWE. For anybody that's ever had their first match in a WWE ring, nobody will top what Nakamura and Sami Zayn did tonight. Absolutely nobody. There's nothing on WrestleMania that will come close to it. There's nothing that will happen during the rest of the year that will come close to it. This will be match of the year in every fucking publication known to professional wrestling. Sami Zayn went out the best possible way anybody could ever go out for NXT. He's now moving on to WrestleMania, Intercontinental Championship match, ladder match with Kevin Owens, Ziggler, Miz, amongst others. I told you, before this match even happened, even with my inability and lack of knowledge, knowing what Nakamura did previously, I told you I knew this match was going to be match of the weekend. And these guys blew every fucking expectation away times a million. Unfucking believable. I will do nothing but sit here and praise this match till I'm blue in the face. I will not even tell you what happened in this match, because I will do it no justice. There's literally nothing I can say here. I'm going to go over the end of the match, and I want you guys, if you fucking missed it, to go get the WWE Network this weekend. It's free. It's fucking free. Do yourself a favor. Square away 2 hours. Drink a beer or two, and watch this fucking match. You will understand what it is to be a professional wrestling fan after this match. Nakamura won't, and I'm telling you this right now, will not remain in NXT that long if that is what he's going to bring to the table. I can only fucking pray to the gods of wrestling that Vince McMahon and whoever's in charge on Monday Night Raw and the main roster to let this man do what he does. To do what he did tonight on Monday Night Raw. How that's going to translate, I have no fucking idea with the goons in the audience during Monday Night Raw. This was unreal. Zayn hits 2 clotheslines on Nakamura. Nakamura went flying. He went for a flying armbar. Reversed the position into a triangle fucking choke. Zayn stomped on Nakamura's head to escape. Brilliant. Nakamura's clothesline was counted into the Koji clutch. Nakamura escaped and dropped Zayn with a kick. Zayn went for the haluva kick, but Nakamura reversed it into an inverted exploder suplex. Nakamura went for bomb A, but it was reversed into a blue thunder bomb, and at that very moment, I thought the match was over. That entire sequence, Nakamura going for bomb A into a blue thunder bomb for the very, very near fall of a 2 3/4, man. It was a fucking heartbeat away from a 3 count. Unfucking believable. I actually stood up watching that sequence. Blue thunder bomb for a 2 count. Zayn went for a suicide tornado dive on the outside through the fucking ropes, but he was met with a kick mid-air from Nakamura. Nakamura went up to the second rope, kneed Zayn in the back of the head, hit bomb A for the victory. 1, 2, 3. Nakamura wins his debut in WWE and then praises Sami Zayn at the end of the match. They embrace, shake hands, hug. Sami Zayn's embraced by the WWE Universe. This match, if you've never watched a WWE match, if you never watched a wrestling match in your entire life, you watch this match and it will make you a fan for life. This match was absolutely one of the best things I've ever seen as far as a debut goes. And nothing, absolutely nothing this weekend will top this match. Incredible. 5-star, without question, match of the year for 2016. Bayley versus Asuka. This is where the shock and awe comes into play. I said it on my review. I thought Bayley was going to retain the title. I thought Bayley and Asuka were going to have a feud, which led to NXT Brooklyn, Takeover in Brooklyn. That's where Asuka would win and gain the NXT Women's Championship. Asuka, if you notice on her social media, on her Twitter, all over where WWE retweets her shit, it's all about winning. It's all about Asuka and getting the win and preserving the win. If she loses anything, if she loses a match, it is the worst possible thing in the entire world for Asuka. It's all about the win. She needed to win to remain whole. Bayley, obviously, she's had a great 7-8 months with the title. And I thought going into this, she was going to retain. There's been rumors that Bayley's moving to the main roster. I didn't believe it. I don't think Bayley is ready for the main roster. Not because she's not ready. I don't think the WWE is ready for Bayley. And to me, I don't think Bayley's going to be treated the right way if she does move up to Monday Night Raw. Like I always say, it's going to be a demotion. I don't think WWE, Vince McMahon, and Kevin Dunn are ready for Bayley on the main roster. But with all the rumors that WWE is rebranding the women's division, they're scrapping the Divas idea. They're scrapping the Divas terminology. They're scrapping the belt. Does this mean Bayley moves up to the main roster? This could be potentially an opening for that to happen. If you're going to rebrand the women's division on Monday Night Raw, there's no better way to do it than Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bayley. You have 4 women right there that can legit carry the fucking division on their backs. I don't give a shit if we see rematch after rematch after rematch, week in and week out. Those are the top 4 women that the WWE has groomed for this very moment. Bayley loses the title tonight. She loses to Asuka. Asuka is the new women's champion. And I'm stunned. I'm shocked that WWE actually came to this conclusion. Maybe they really are moving Bayley up to the main roster. My prediction was this goes on a little further and they wait on Bayley. Because, like I said, I don't think WWE is ready for Bayley at all. But if WWE is going into Monday Night Raw and they're really wanting to fucking reset everything and give you the product and give me the product that we all genuinely deserve on Monday night, Bayley might be one of the biggest fucking pieces to that puzzle. And she may actually appear on Monday Night Raw. We're just going to have to wait and see. I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard anything. But tonight was shocking indeed. Bayley loses the title. Asuka is your new women's champion of NXT. It wasn't a Sasha Banks Bayley classic from Brooklyn, but it'll do. Crowd was crazy for it. You won't see wrestling like this on Monday Night Raw. My brother Michael even said it. You will not see wrestling like this. In every Divas match that we're given on Monday Night Raw, the moves that Bayley and Asuka did in this match, collectively, you will not see in total all year on Monday Night Raw. That's how fucking good they are. And I got random Bayley hate on Twitter for whatever reason. I don't know why. I wanted Bayley to win. Some of you said you're sick of her character. Why? Why? She's the Daniel Bryan in female form. Why would you ever go against what Bayley has done? She's been fucking unbelievable in the role she's been given in NXT. Why hate? I understand Asuka's time is approaching. I just didn't think it was time for Bayley to give up the title just yet. Not saying that Asuka doesn't deserve the win, but if WWE has bigger plans for Bayley, so be it. So be it. We're going to see what happens on Monday Night Raw. 50-50 right now. Does she show up? Does she not? I'm going to leave you a poll within the video. Does Bayley show up to Monday Night Raw? Vote now. And finally, guys, Samoa Joe versus Finn Balor. Before I even get into that, yes, Elias Samson and Apollo Crews was scrapped. That match did not happen on this show. I don't know why. I was very intrigued by that matchup. I definitely wanted to see Apollo Crews perform. And it sucks that he's worked so hard to be featured in NXT and work his way to an NXT Takeover. And they announced the match. I think they were going with this match, and they must have scrapped it last minute. I don't know what happened, but it did not happen. Elias Samson and Apollo Crews will probably continue their feud, continuing on with the NXT tapings next week from Full Sail University. NXT title match, Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. Right before the match started, Bobby Roode was featured in the crowd. Bobby Roode apparently will be in NXT because if they featured him on hard camera, if they featured him on TV and had a fucking nameplate and everything for him, Bobby Roode sitting front row, he's in NXT. Where's Eric Young? Did they sign both of them? I don't know. But they made the right decision. They took the one that I wanted more. Bobby Roode is in NXT. We'll see what happens. He might be at the tapings next week from Full Sail University. So he was featured in the crowd. Eric Young was not in attendance tonight. This is a weird one, man. The ending of this match didn't do the match justice. Ended abruptly. The match, several times, had to be stopped due to blood loss. This match got bloody within the first 30 seconds. I put my head down, I turned away, I picked up my phone to tweet. All I see is Samoa Joe bloodied all over. Bleeding from his head, bleeding from his eye, blood all over his chest. As soon as he seen red, he was like a fucking bull. He turned it up tenfold. Stiff shots to Balor, threw him into the fucking audience. He seemed legit pissed that he got busted open. It must have been the time that it happened and the adrenaline was flowing. He didn't expect that to happen. He got fucking enraged and it just came off unbelievable on television. The blood and the stoppages to the match. The blood and all the referees and the doctor's stoppage to the match actually built intrigue for the match. Most of the time, I don't like it. Tonight, I did not mind it. Joe was getting frustrated. He threw his hands up in disgust. Towel was wiping him down. The doctor was wiping him down. The referee had towels wiping him down. They glued him up. They tried to stop the bleeding by legit gluing the fucking cut. And they stopped the match at least 4 or 5 times. He was getting clearly frustrated. But it built intrigue. The crowd was getting behind all this fucking shit happening. They were just letting the referees and the doctors have it. Fuck PG. Let Joe bleed. This is bullshit. Crowd was going crazy, man. This, in the short amount of time that these guys were given, it felt like it could have went another 20 minutes. The match that they had at NXT TakeOver London, I thought was a great match. Tonight, in shorter amount of time, I think they accomplished more than they did at NXT London. Honestly. Balor comes out. Entrance was fucking phenomenal as always. Texas. What do you associate Texas with? Texas Chainsaw. Comes out with a fucking chainsaw. Starts fucking wailing that shit around. Fucking chainsaw sounds and the sound of the chainsaw echoing through the fucking arena. Unbelievable. Joe was here. He came ready to fight. I was shocked by the ending. It really ended in bizarre fashion. It ended very abruptly. And like I said, this could have went 20 more minutes. The way it ended after just a fucking brutal match, man. Knife-edge chops and fucking kicks. Joe got the muscle buster on him. Balor kicked out of the 2.5. Joe got the coquina clutch on him. Balor fucking, he got the fucking, what's his finishing move called? The coup de grace. He got the coup de grace. They both landed finishing moves on one another. It was a great fucking match, mixed with the blood, mixed with the stoppages, mixed with the crowd reaction, mixed with the frustration of Joe not wanting to stop for the referees to wipe him down. Just an all-out fucking war. This is what this match was. It did not last as long as I wanted it to, but in the end, it was a fucking war. Finn Balor wins the match, and the way he won the match, look back to what Bret Hart did to Stone Cold Steve Austin at the Survivor Series at Madison Square Garden. The first time they met one-on-one. It was the same thing. In that match, Steve Austin had the $1 million dream on Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret Hart props himself up, feet first on the turnbuckle, reverses it backwards, and pins Austin's shoulders to the mat. 1, 2, 3, while Austin is still in the sleeper and has the sleeper applied to Bret Hart. Bret Hart pinned him 1, 2, 3. Picture that, and picture the same exact thing to Samoa Joe. But this time, it wasn't a $1 million dream. It was the coquina clutch. Balor wins in Bret Hart fashion tonight. Wins the match, retains the title, still NXT champion. Balor celebrated. Joe clearly angry. And I really don't know what is going on, man. I really don't know. There were rumors about Triple H wanting to keep Finn Balor down in NXT with the title. He did not want Balor to debut at WrestleMania or on Monday Night Raw with the title because he thought that debuting Balor with the title on Raw would diminish and devalue the title. Vince McMahon wants Balor on Monday Night Raw immediately. The Bullet Club, Anderson and Gallows are any day now, man. It could be any minute these guys can debut. Imminently is the word that Dave Meltzer used. I have no idea what's going on. Does Balor stay in NXT? Does he continue his reign as NXT champion and as the face of that company? Does Samoa Joe, after an unbelievable fucking war tonight and the work that he's done to get here as a heel, being, in my honest opinion, the #1 heel in the company right now, does he move up to Monday Night Raw? Does he help Triple H against Roman Reigns? Is he Triple H's enforcer at WrestleMania? Does he debut on Monday Night Raw? Do they keep Roman Reigns face? So many fucking questions coming out of this show. So many questions going into WrestleMania. What is WWE going to do as they head into Monday Night Raw, man? So much shit, and this is only the beginning. NXT Takeover Dallas was absolutely one of the best shows that WWE has ever put on. In all my 27 years of watching professional wrestling on the WWE side, that might have been one of the best shows I have ever seen. Nakamura and Zayn, one of the best, if not the best, debut I have ever seen. I have never been this adamant about a match since The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. It needs to be seen to believe. NXT Takeover Dallas blew us all away tonight, and it was an unbelievable fucking show. I will never forget what I seen tonight, and it will live on in the annals of WWE history as one of the best things that this company has ever done. Nakamura, Zayn, Balor, Joe, NXT certainly is and will be the future of the WWE for fucking years to come. And I can only hope with Vince McMahon there watching this show tonight that he takes just a little bit of what he's seen tonight and applies that to Monday Night Raw in this rebranding of Monday Night Raw, this reset of Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Just a little bit. I hope really what he's seen tonight struck a chord, and now he knows what he needs to do. Like I said, fuck sports entertainment, man. WWE, what they do is wrestling, and we were entertained tonight through the art of wrestling. That is all we want. That is all we ask. That is my NXT review. 10 out of 10 fucking stars. Unbelievable. If you missed it, go watch it. It's free all fucking weekend. All you need is an email, man. I'm JD. I'm exhausted. I still got to upload Off The Script. Unbelievable fucking weekend. I'm working round the clock for you guys. If you enjoyed the review, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you're thinking down below. I'm off to sleep, and I'll see you guys right back here, 11 a.m. for Off The Script, and Sunday leading into WrestleMania 32. I'm JD. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Vote in the poll, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for Off The Script.